Welcome everybody to RTL Sports Talk. I'm your host for today, Billy Grant Hefe Hatten, joined as always by my co-host Michael Bucknasty. How you doing today, man?
Oh, man, it's a beautiful day. This is the happiest week and the saddest week of my life, Billy. So we're going to have such an up and down emotional week. But just as long as you're here, so I can cry on your shoulder every now and then praise me when we're up and pick me up when we're down, man. It's going to be a great week. Super Bowl week is always a great week.
It's definitely going to be a great week. And then I woke up, man. I was like, I don't know what we're gonna. I was looking for something to add on the show, and I'm just sitting there and I'm looking. And then I first thing when I do, when I open up Instagram, I see Anthony Davis has requested a trade and informed the Pelicans he will not sign the extension. So that's what we're going to start at right now. Breaking news: Anthony Davis has, or Rich Paul, his agent, has notified the New Orleans Pelicans that he will not return or he will not sign the extension and that he wants a trade. Now, I know a lot of people are going to mention the Celtics here because they've been in the conversation all year long about it. But the Celtics cannot trade for Anthony Davis unless Kyrie Irving is packaged into that deal. Both Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving is under the Rose Rule. And what the Rose Rule is, it allows certain players coming off their rookie contracts to earn 30% of the salary cap as opposed to 25%. To be eligible, a player must have one of the three during their first 4 years, which is during their rookie contract. They either can have a MVP award, a Defensive Player of the Year award, or 2 All-NBA selections, which Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving both have the 2 All-NBA selections. So that means Anthony Davis or the Celtics cannot trade for him unless they package Kyrie Irving. What do you make of all this?
Well, obviously he is kind of going back on his word, what he said earlier this year when he said it is not about the money. He just wants to win. I mean, I guess he's not going back on his word. He is.
Yeah, I was about to say because that would be
going
exactly what he meant.
Right. So he he wants to win. He is,
but he did go back on his word because he said he wouldn't request a trade, which we now know that he did already.
So I mean, maybe just before we get too carried away here and start going back and forth, him requesting a trade is the best thing the Pelicans could possibly get out of this scenario here. So if they trade him, they get something of value back. They get something of value back from him. If they wait till summer and then he as a free agent, they don't get anything back. So Anthony Davis is kind of looking out for his team here. Just a tad bit if you think about it in a roundabout way. So what this means for him is he clearly wants to win. Maybe he wants to go to LA, team up with the LBJ. I mean, that would be a dangerous team if he goes all over there. And I think he would fit right in there. I also read a report that Toronto is kind of looking at him. I'm really not for sure how he would fit in that Toronto team that they have up there. It seems like Toronto Raptors are pretty well set the way they are. So adding another all-star piece like him, I'm not for sure how he would really succeed in that. So what this means for AD is that he wants to win. He wants to win now. He knows he's starting to get older. He did have that finger injury last week or 2 weeks ago. So, he's starting to get injured. So it's time for him to leave town and New Orleans. Will probably never be a championship contending team.
Yeah, I read that with you. I think this gives the Lakers the best chance at getting Anthony Davis because now that the Celtics is out of the mix, which was supposed to be the one team that could rival the LA Lakers for getting Anthony Davis. because they have the assets to trade. They have Tatum, they have Brown, they have Smart, they have Rozier. They have a bunch of pieces that the Pelicans could really use. Now, this gives the Lakers the upper hand because, as I just read in the Rose Rule, that the Celtics can't trade for him until the summer because then Kyrie Irving will not be under contract. So then, they could trade for Anthony Davis by that time. But he's not going to last past the trade deadline. This move was calculated for a reason. LeBron is set to return in the near coming days, and there's no accident that the All-Star break is about to come up, and Anthony Davis is requesting a trade before the trade deadline after he said he wouldn't. Now, I talked about this last week, and I didn't think that Anthony Davis would ask for a trade because, I took his word for it. He said that he wouldn't demand a trade, but it seems like to me, winning make you do some things that you said that you probably wouldn't do. And he knows the Pelicans is not going to win. Now, I'm going to say this, though, Mike. The Pelicans is probably actually going to win this trade. And let me tell you why the Pelicans are going to win this trade. It doesn't matter if Anthony Davis go to the Lakers. They're still not beating the Warriors. So you're still not getting your ultimate goal, what you left here for. You're still a loser. You just may be losing now in the Western Conference Finals or maybe in the finals. So you still don't have any rings. So I think the Pelicans is actually going to get a better deal on this. LeBron is going into his 17th season next year. He's not going to be playing basketball at this level much longer. So do you think that the Lakers is going to win a title before LeBron retires?
Answer that question is yes. They are going to build for next year. Yes, they are going to go get Anthony Davis in a trade somehow, some way. I think he will end up in the purple and gold. But
he's going to be a Laker. He's going to be a Laker.
But then you got to look at this coming summer. You have Klay Thompson's a free agent.
He's standing in Golden State.
Well, but I'm just throwing out names here. Klay Thompson is a free agent. Boogie Cousins is a free agent. Kyrie has kind of expressed interest of teaming up with
he's
LeBron
a free agent
James.
as well. He's a free agent as well.
Exactly. So
Kawhi is a free agent.
The Lakers,
KD could opt out. So it's a lot of free agents out there this year.
Right. So the LA, they set up Anthony Davis this year. He has said that it is not all about the cash for him. So somehow, some way you structure a contract for him
they can give him the max.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, but somehow you structure it so you can bring in another max type player with a extra piece as well. So you're bringing in two more large name players.
Yeah, but who else is willing to do that? Let's do it this way. 3 out of the 6 or 7 free agents are coming from Golden State.
Okay.
Klay, we can pretty much book he's probably going to stay. Why would Klay leave Golden State to go be the man of his own team when he's still winning rings and getting the accolades? It makes no sense for him. So can we agree that Klay probably won't be Klay won't leave the Warriors next year?
I would say we are 90% sure on that.
Well, I'll put it this way. He won't go to the Lakers.
Right.
Why would he go to the Lakers? That wouldn't make sense because that's the only place that people are booking Klay to go. Right. Leave Golden State to go to the Lakers. That makes no sense for him whatsoever. So then KD. Now, we both believe KD is probably gone after this season, right?
Yes, we do believe, but I think because he has expressed interest of going to play for the Knicks.
Okay.
So that.
So even if he goes play
or something.
Well, no, he's from DC, so the Wizards would be his hometown team. He just likes Fizdale in the New York market because it's big. Obviously, it's like the LA market. So KD leaves. Even if KD leaves, they still have Steph. They still have Draymond. They still have Klay. The same team that won them 73 wins. Right. I mean, the 73 games. Now you can possibly add Boogie to stay on that because now KD was taking up your max contract slot. Because that's what they're going to be hoping to offer KD. KD can opt out of his contract and sign the max, or he can opt back in and play one more year next season. that if he leaves, that leaves Boogie back on that team. Boogie don't look like he's lost anything.
Yeah, but I don't think he fits well into that Golden
worked
State
so well.
Warrior. Like
It's worked well so far.
Yes, like it has worked well in 6 games. But
when it cures all, Mike.
Yes, but this summer I think that ugly head will rise and hey, you don't.
Draymond and KD don't get along though.
Well,
Draymond and KD don't get along, but good players that want to win, they work that out.
Yeah, but just how crazy would this be if Anthony Davis and Cousins ended up on the same team again in LA with LeBron James?
I mean, I think that could happen. Yeah. I said that at the beginning of the year, unpopular opinion, that Boogie is probably going to go to LA. I thought he was going to go to LA this offseason.
Right.
But he ended up going to the Warriors. I will not count that out. But, Mike, I get it. LeBron is great. He's going to be in his 17th year. I would still favor the Warriors over that Lakers team. Now, I still will probably pick LeBron, but we're just talking about on paper here. And then they still don't have no three-point shooting. So who are you going to fill around these guys? Even when you get Anthony Davis, right? You're going to have to probably move Lonzo. You're going to probably have to move Brandon Ingram and or Kuzma and Josh Hart. So you're going to lose 3 out of the 4, if not all 4, to get Anthony Davis.
Right.
And now what pieces do you put around them to make that enticing for guys to want to go play against the Warriors? Because what if KD stays? What if KD opts in?
Yeah, well, I think they will get a good shooter, and they like in the draft, like maybe a Tyler Hero for Kentucky.
No, that's not good enough.
That's not good.
That's not good enough. That's not good enough.
We'll
Tyler
see.
Hero, he's nice, Mike, but we're talking about playing against Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Tyler Hero is nice. Listen, but he will not push the Lakers over the edge if they have to go against that juggernaut. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, the only person that I think that they could get that'll be good enough to beat that Warriors team is Kyrie Irving. I mean, you could throw Kawhi in there, but Kawhi already said he wants his own team and he wants to go for the Clippers. He specifically said the Clippers. So I'm just going off of his word. He said he don't want to play with LeBron. That's fine. He wants his own team. So we're going to exclude him out of this. And the only other guy that's available is Kyrie Irving. That's the only guy that could push them over the edge. And he already asked the Boston fans, do they want to have him back? So
exactly.
He kind of expressed interest that he want to stay with Boston. We know things change. But I don't know if just Anthony Davis and LeBron still gets them over the hump. I just don't see it. You know, that Warriors team is legit and they can score from anywhere. And when you stop one, the other 2 goes off. Even if you stop 2, they still have guys that can go off. Boogie is sitting quiet, averaging his 12, 13 points per game. And he's not even the focal point of the offense.
Well, it definitely sounds like there are some all-star teams starting to brew for just for irregular season teams here. And speaking of Pro Bowls, Mr. Grand Hefe, the Pro Bowl happened yesterday. The AFC came out on top. I believe it was 24-7 or something like that. Who really cares? Let's be honest.
Yes.
Billy, should they just do away with this? Do away with this Pro Bowl? How do you fix it? I mean, this is not must-watch TV. This is like Sunday afternoon, you're watching golf, and this is something you lay down to take a nap to. Let's be honest. How do you fix this?
Yeah. The Pro Bowl is a utterly disrespect, and I want to say to completely get rid of the Pro Bowl, and I want to say that because the only way that you can make this thing interesting is if you go back to the rules of playing football. You know, unlike the NBA All-Star Weekend, the All-Star game for the NBA. Yeah, they play around. Yeah, it's a lot of points. There's no defense. It's no this and no that. I understand that. But they don't take away the rules of basketball. They don't say, oh, you can't play defense. The guys just choose not to do that until it's crunch time. In the NFL, you got so many rules. You can't play press coverage. You can't hit the quarterback. You can't do this. You can't do
rush
that.
The kicker. Yeah.
Yeah. So what does that then do to a sport that most people like because it's violent? Well, it takes away the fun of the game. So the only way that they can make the Pro Bowl fun again, Mike, is if you raise the stakes and you take away the rules. But then our guys are the top-notch guys really going to want to be going to play in an exhibition game and getting hit for real for nothing, really. I don't get anything for this at all, Mike. I don't get anything. Yeah, I get a few extra cash. Yeah, but that's cool. Whatever. But our guys really going to want to put their bodies on the line in an exhibition game. I highly doubt it.
The answer to that question
I
is
think
like
the only
no.
way,
Yeah.
just get rid of it.
Yeah, the answer to your question is no. They do not want to put their bodies on the line. That is why we see what we see in the Pro Bowl. It is a complete waste of time. It is a 5th and 6th grade team that you're like, oh, cool. There are some kids running around with their heads cut off. And that's exactly what we see. This is how you make the Pro Bowl great again. If take a line from our president, Mr. Donald Trump here. If you guys have listened to Just for Clicks, I am on record saying that I hate the Pro Bowl. It is the worst all-star game out there. Billy, this is how you make the Pro Bowl great. You take away the pads, you take away the helmet, you put flags on them. You have a 7-on-7 flag football game. You have skills versus skills, lineman versus lineman. Winner takes the money. That would be must-see TV. You see a 360-pound offensive guard catching a slant pass from Patrick Mahomes. That's must-see TV.
I think that's a better solution, but will the fans really want to see NFL players go out there and play flag football?
That's what we're watching now.
Well, if that's the case, we could just put that into the skills competition, which is the reason why I don't fully want to eradicate the Pro Bowl, because if you eradicate the Pro Bowl, then that means the skill challenge goes away. And to me, that's the best part about the Pro Bowl week is seeing the skill challenge. Right. I like seeing them play dodgeball. I like seeing them do all the drills, the one hand catch drill, the sideline drill, yeah. the race that they do. I like seeing that kind of stuff. So I want that portion to stay. But the only way that you make the actual game itself be anything worth significance is if you raise the stakes and you tell them you can blitz, you can play press man, you can rough the kicker. Or you can rush the kicker. You can do all these things that you would normally do in real football instead of having Keenan Allen playing defensive back. I don't want to see that. I don't care for Keenan Allen playing defensive back.
Right.
Or Mike Evans. I'm sorry. Mike Evans playing defensive back. I want to see Mike Evans with his 6'5" frame go up and mouse a defensive back. Exactly. That's what I want to see. Exactly. I don't want to see him catch an interception. The guy don't even run over there to touch him. He gets up all slow. He gets up literally jogging in place damn near, Mike, and he throws the ball back to somebody else. I don't want to see that. That's not fun.
Yeah.
That I don't want either give me somebody that's getting hit or just don't give me the game at all, and I'm sure people wouldn't even care. I didn't even know when the game was, Mike. I thought it was on Saturday.
Right. So
people don't care about it.
Yeah, let me add to your point here. If you remember, it was about 5 or 6 years ago, the Major League had the same exact issue happening in their All-Star game. People didn't really want to
lollipopping the ball.
Like, yeah. And the MLB made the game important. The winner of that game got home field advantage in the World Series.
And who don't want that?
Yeah. And what if the Pro Bowl did something like this? The winner of the Pro Bowl, that conference has the Super Bowl at their home field.
It'll be kind of tough. I like the idea. And I say only tough because in Major League Baseball, we know after the All-Star break, there's a ton of game left.
Right.
There's ton. And in football, there's only a limited amount of weeks. So when are you going to play the Pro Bowl in order to make everybody want to play? Say I'm Larry Fitzgerald playing for the 2-14 Arizona Cardinals, and I know literally we have no shot to get into the playoffs.
Right.
Why should I care about which team hosts the Super Bowl?
So you do it the year before. So for this 2019,
each year resonates towards the next season. Okay,
Exactly.
I like that. I like that better than what they're doing now.
Yeah, well, and because the Super Bowl is such a big atmosphere, and it takes months, or sometimes a full year, to set up the preparation for the Super Bowl, you would have to have that done. So the Pro Bowl the year before determines where the Super Bowl will be the following year.
Yeah, I like that. I like that better than what they're doing now. You know, they have to do something different. They have
something needs to change because this is horrible to watch.
For sure, definitely. So we're gonna move on. Today is this week is Super Bowl week. If you haven't been living under a rock, this Sunday, the Rams will take on the New England Patriots in Atlanta. I think both teams did leave yesterday to go to Atlanta. So with that said, Mike, we're gonna get picks on Friday, I do believe, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so who are your key players? Let's start off with the New England Patriots first. Offensive side of the ball, defense side of the ball. Just have a swing at it.
So I think on the offensive side of the ball, Julian Edelman is the guy for the Patriots. We saw it. We saw it against the Kansas City Chiefs. He is kind of the key to the ignition. You hit him on that 5-yard slant, and he doesn't go down on first contact. It takes 3 guys to take him down almost every time. So you can't really just give him a big pop. You really have to streak to the ball and get him down. So I think he will be the key to the Super Bowl. And if the Patriots win, if Tom Brady doesn't get the MVP, he will definitely get the MVP.
I'm gonna go running back. I think Sony Michel, the rookie running back, I think he is most definitely one of the key players for this game. If you look at the New England Patriots wins this far in the postseason, Sony Michel has had a very, very high carry average. He had 20 carries. He had 29 carries last week in that win over the Kansas City Chiefs. I expect him this week to come out and control the football and run it again, something that the Rams don't do very well, and stop the run. So I could see Sony Michel having another big game, another big day. I think so far he's already got 5 touchdowns this postseason, 3 against the Chargers, 2 against the Kansas City Chiefs. I expect him to continue that streak and keep on rolling. Moving over to the Rams side of the ball, offensive keys for the Rams. Who is that one guy that's going to have the breakout game?
So I put all my eggs in the basket with C.J. Anderson last 2 weeks ago versus the Saints, and my eggs are all busted except for this one little egg. I don't know what quite has happened, so I'm going to blow it off, make sure it's still intact, and put it back in the C.J. Anderson basket. I think the Saints need to establish a game on the ground again, like they did versus the Cowboys, and they need to go off and see. And C.J. Anderson is probably that key. Yes, I know Todd Gurley is their man, but you have to have the yin to the yang, and C.J. Anderson is the yang, and he is going to be that X factor for the Rams.
I was going to go Brandon Cooks for the Rams, but I think that's going to be a bit too obvious. I think he's going to have one of those games that he had last week against the Saints where he went 7 for 107 because he's playing against his former team, a team that he probably thought that he probably still should have been on in the Saints and the New England Patriots. If you just remember, this guy was just in a Super Bowl last year when they played against the Eagles, but got knocked out. I think that was in the first quarter by Jenkins. So he's definitely wanted to come in this game and be the man because he didn't get a chance to do that last year. But I'm gonna go with Josh Reynolds. I think he's gonna be the key to this game. If you watch the Rams play, him and Robert Woods is normally the guy that gets the ball after the play action pass since Cooper Kupp is not there anymore.
Right.
Cooper Kupp was that guy. Reynolds is now that guy, averaging 18 yards per catch. That looks like play action pass to me. Because he's not a guy that's just going to kill you off the line, give you some crazy moves, and he's not Antonio Brown, he's not a DeAndre Hopkins, but he's really good when you're not paying attention. After we run the ball with C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley, that play action pass is still going to be there. So I think Josh Reynolds is definitely going to be a key to this game. I think he's going to have to come up big against that Patriots secondary.
That's a great pick. That's a good pick. I'm gonna go ahead and write his name down for my FanDuel.
For sure. Put him down. He had 4 catches for 74 yards last week on 7 targets. So he also gets the ball. Defensive side of the ball. Let's stay right here with the Rams.
So I think
key player for the Rams.
I think Marcus Peters is going to be the key because you saw that he is kind of playing with a chip on his shoulder the last few weeks. He got in that scuffle with a Mari Cooper about a month ago now, and then he stepped up against the Saints, and kind of backed up his words about eating food and chilling or whatever he was saying. And I think he continues to play with that chip on his shoulder and kind of proves to the world that Kansas City should have never let him go. He is the leader of that side of the ball, and he will have a great game.
I'm going to say that I thought about going with one of the corners as well, but I'm going to go with whichever safety or linebacker. And I know that's a cop-out, but I have 3 guys. That's John Johnson, the safety, LaMarcus Joyner, the other safety, and Mark Barron or Littleton or whoever they're going to have guarding Gronk. Whoever that guy is guarding Gronk has to be the X factor. And not because I think Gronk is probably going to have a good game and he's going to go well, but Gronk demands so much attention. And when you start to sleep on him, that's when he starts to come out. Also, not to mention, Gronk is also a great run blocker. So when they up on the line of scrimmage, LaMarcus Joyner, especially who is a smaller safety, he's one of the small safeties in the league. I think he's on like 5'8". When you're guarding Gronk and he's on the line and he blocks you, you're gonna need to be able to get off those blocks. Because Gronk and Kelsey is probably one of the 2 of the great blockers that we have at the tight end position. So for me, whoever's guarding Gronk, they have to be a man. They have to step up and they have to play the run. Because Gronk only had about 3 catches last week.
Sounds right. Yep.
Yeah, he was pretty ineffective in the pass game. Or 6 catches for 79, but he did have 11 targets. A lot of those came in that last drive because I think he caught like 3 in the first half, and then he didn't catch another one until that last drive until overtime. So that's where he got the other 3 receptions from. But whoever's guarding him is going to have to be a man. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Moving over to the Patriots side, the defense side of the ball. Key players for the Patriots.
So I got my cop-out answer for this. I'm going to say the front 4 of the Patriots. I think just because
that's a really good pick, actually.
Just because the secondary isn't as good as in years past for the Patriots, the front 4 alone has to be able to shut down the run and get pressure on the quarterback, just to take pressure off of that secondary. So my answer is the front 4 of the Patriots there.
Hey, you took my answer away from me, Mike. I wasn't going to go to front 4, but I was going to go those back 4 because you're going to see I just said it, you're going to see a heavy dose of play action pass in this game. You're going to see it. That's what the Rams do. They are a running football team with a guy at quarterback that can make throws. I think this is the total opposite of what Dallas is, a team that run the ball, that has a quarterback that can make some of the throws. I think Jared Goff can make all of the throws, and the McCourty twins and Stephon Gilmore, whoever that other corner is over there on that other side, they're gonna have to be a man, or that other safety. Sorry, because McCourty played the other corner. They're gonna have to be a man, and you're gonna see. I think in this game, Bill Belichick knows that that's what the Rams want to do. And what does Bill Belichick do better than any other coach in the league? He takes away that what you like to do best, and now he make you go to your other strengths. So I think we're going to see Jared Goff throw a lot of passes in this game because that front seven, to your point, the front four, I think the front seven, they're going to be selling out, and they're going to try to stop C.J. Anderson. They're going to have to stop Todd Gurley because what happened last week, Mike, I don't expect to see that this week. Todd Gurley, four carries for 10 yards. C.J. Anderson, I think he had he was up in the double digit, but only had 20 yards. I don't expect to see that this upcoming week. C.J. Anderson, 16 carries for 44 yards, and Todd Gurley had 4 for 10. I don't expect to see that in the Super Bowl, and if I do, that means Jared Goff is going to throw more than 40 passes, which he threw in that Saints game. I think you could see him up in that 50-55 range.
Good point.
So that's going to be it for today's show, guys. Mike, I want to ask you something before we do get out here. Did you get a chance to see the North and South, the All-Star game for college football?
I did not. Usually on the weekends here, my life is pretty packed, with house chores because the wife's like, I gotta do this, and this, and this. So unfortunately, just because we do have our own high school All-Star game happening this Saturday.
That is
actually.
right.
So we've been kind of practicing for that as well because I pat myself on the back I am the defensive coordinator for the South Indiana team. So
look at Buck Nasty.
There we go.
Hey, can y'all call any exotic blitzes or anything?
Hey, this is a full game, son.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's why you gotta love high school. Exactly. No, I asked because not anything that really had anything to do with the game, but if you did want to see a real game, those guys was actually playing football out there. But
these guys are fighting for their lives,
that's why I love college football,
exactly.
Because there's no taking it easy really until you already know that you have some of those outliers. But I asked because John Gruden was slapping Raider stickers on everybody's helmets. And it's like, John, nobody probably wants to go to the Raiders. You just slap Raider stickers on all these guys' helmet, and they only laughing and joking with you because, hey, man, if you're going to give me a job, then of course I'll take it.
Right.
But nobody is clamoring to go to the Oakland Raiders or Las Vegas Raiders, wherever they're going to play at
London
next season. Yeah, wherever. No, that's why I just thought it was something funny, but that's going to be it for today's show, guys.
Before we go away, Mr. Hatten, I got a little rant, just like that. We haven't ranted for a while here.
Take me out, then.
I'll take you out. So, Major League Baseball season camp starts here, 12, 13 days or so. This past Saturday, I was back home, and the Kansas City team, they had a thing called Fan Fest. I know most teams probably have it. They get hyped for the season, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, if you guys don't follow Major League Baseball the Royals pretty much blew up the team last year. They traded everybody that was good, and we signed my minor league prospects back again, like we did back in 2009 or 10, and when we won the World Series in a couple years after that. But our general manager said, we are building a championship contending team for 2019 and 2020. How are you building a championship caliber team if the highest paid player on the team makes $3 million? Don't lie to us. We know we are in rebuild mode. 2024, 2025 season, watch out for Kansas City. This year, we win 20 games tops.
Kind of sounds like my Braves, Mike, but just hang in there. You guys will make the playoffs. We traded away everybody that anybody knew to grab a bunch of nobodies. But look, good times are going to come back, Mike. Good times are going to come back.
I suffered. I was born in 87. Royals did not have a winning season until I was 13 years old. I ain't worried.
On that note, subscribe to us on iTunes, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Leave us a rating. Tell us what we're doing wrong. We would love a 5-star rating. We'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early like we are every day. See you, Mike.
Go Chiefs.